Hey, what's going on guys? John the Video Guy here. In today's Monday tutorial, I'm going to show you different ways that you can cover jump cuts. Now, what is a jump cut? If you're in video editing, you may notice that if you cut something together and it's the same exact video just later down the line, it looks staggered in between each side of the cut. So let me show you what I mean. So in this example here, I have a clip of an interview. And you notice I want to jump from this part to this part and that there's a cut here. But when we watch this back, it staggers. So you can see that in between this frame and this frame, there's a jump. And that's what a jump cut is. And what I want to show you guys is how to cover that. A few different ways that you can cover that in post-production. So let's get started. The first way is to use a cutaway shot. This can be several different things. This could be a B-roll shot of something. So say if she's specifically talking about something like cars or nature or something, I could cut to a separate shot like a cutaway shot and overlay that on top of my footage to cover that cut. Another way that you can cover jump cuts is by using full screen graphics, such as right now, because I'm talking about cutaway shots. And even another way is if you're in an interview setting and if you have multiple cameras, an obvious way to cover a cut is to cut to another camera. So say if I had a camera over here, I could cut to that. This is a low budget production, so I only have one camera. But you get the idea. Those are three ways using cutaways or different angles and different techniques to cover jump cuts. Now let's go into the next one. So the next one is a punch in. And for this specific effect, it's a little like a jump cut, but not, because you're changing the angle of the shot. So you're going from like a medium shot to a close-up shot. And this usually works with high resolution footage. So say if you record a clip in 4K and you have it on a 1920 by 1080 sequence, you can punch in up to 150%. So let me show you what I mean here. This isn't a 4K clip, but in this example, I'm going to do it anyways just to show you what I mean. So the first clip here is at 100 scale. But say if this was a 4K clip in a 1920 by 1080 sequence, you could go up to 150 here and reposition her so that it looks more like a close-up. That way it covers the jump cut because it looks like you cut to a different camera that was closer in her face. So that's how you use a punch-in cut. It's an easy way to effectively cover cuts easily by just punching in, punching out. I do this all the time in my videos. I'll show you right now. Punch in, punch out. See, very easy because I'm shooting in 4K right now and I usually just export it at 1920 by 1080. So this is a very easy way to cover those staggering cuts because I'm not always a one-take wonder on these things. The next thing is a full screen transition. So this can be several different things, but in this example, I have a wipe that I downloaded from Digital Juice, and this can cover a cut. So for example, you can just put this in here, and you just want to make sure that it's aligned, that it completely covers the screen, both cuts, to cover that. So this is how that looks. Now this doesn't work all the time, only in certain situations, because if this is a cohesive piece, it wouldn't really make a lot of sense to use a full screen title wipe, such as this. But in certain situations, if they're in between paragraphs or something, you could get away with using this type of transition. This is just another tool in your arsenal that you can use whenever it's appropriate. Now another thing that you can do is actually like a wipe effect. This is very helpful if you have two guests, or that if you have two people and you're cutting from one person to another person and you want a softer transition. So to do that, just go to Effects, search for the wipe effect, and put it in between your clips. So you can see how that works. For being on the same person, it doesn't really work out that well, but it's a good way to do in between two people. So I highly recommend checking those out if you're cutting from one person to another person and you don't want it to be like staggering, just a hard cut going to someone else. All right, let's go on to wash transitions. So these are very natural transitions, and they're a little softer too. and easy to watch. These are probably one of my favorite transitions to transition and cover a cut between two clips of the same cut. So what you can do is add a bloom effect, where, for example here, if we make an adjustment layer, we'll just drag that out here. We'll go to the color tab and we will, just to apply it, I'm just gonna do that, and that way we get it in here. So now the Lumetri color effect is applied to the adjustment layer. Go back down there. But what you can do is boost the highlights. So like in effects controls, you have these stopwatches. So actually we'll go back to the editing mode since we're using the effects controls panel. And for example here, you can actually keyframe the highlights. So for example, if you want to blow this out a little bit going in from one cut to another, you can keyframe the highlights, turn it up, maybe to 150, go over, go back down to 0, go over here, go back down to 0. It's very subtle, but it's there. And another thing you can do is probably do the exposure the same way. Maybe go up to 2. So it's a little slow. Let's drag these in a little bit more. We'll just drag these a little closer together here. And still a little bit more. So there you go. That's kind of a bloom effect that you can use. It's kind of just bringing up the highlights, bringing up the exposure. So it's not just like it stays the same. The reason this works is because you're using anticipation, because when it goes up like that, people are expecting to see another thing. So it's not as abrupt as a jump cut. So this might help in certain situations. Now, this is one way for like light leaks or some type of luminance type of transition. Another way, and one of my favorite ways, is to use lens flares or lens leaks. So I downloaded a pack where it has a lot of different transitions, but one of them is flares. And for example here, I'll just go into one of them, try Aura. You can see it kind of has like a lens flare type of transition. So that's a good way to transition in between clips. So you can kind of see how that works. The lens flare kind of adds a little bit of flare and it covers that jump cut. So those are the ways that I like to do. And one last way I'll show you how to cover jump cuts is by using the built-in transition called Morph Cut. Morph Cut's really powerful, and it's actually quite new here in Premiere Pro, where it covers the cut by morphing the two frames together over a period of time. Let me show you how it works. So inside Effects, you'll want to clear that and type Morph Cut, and it's under the Dissolve, under Video Transitions, and you just drag that over. It'll analyze the space, and what's important here though too is you can expand it and shorten it depending on the type of transition you're going for. And it's very important to keep in mind the frames in this space, because if it's a little bit off, the morph will look off. So you have to be a little bit precise on choosing where you want to add the morph cut and how long that morph cut is. So right now it's done. We rendered it and play it back. You can kind of see, if we go frame by frame here, it's morphing into the next frame. So sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't work, but you know, it really comes down on the type of shot that you have. So you can always try this. Don't always expect that it will work all the time, because it really depends on the shot. You know, if one person is on one side of the camera and the jump cut is that person's on the other side of the camera, it probably won't work. It's for very subtle, like interview type specific shots that you want to cover, specifically like this shot, for example. So those are the different ways that you can use different effects and transitions to cover jump cuts in Premiere Pro. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Feel free to like and subscribe to the channel if you like these video tutorials, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.